Just for anybody that's just coming into the video after the live is over and you seeing it from the beginning, I just want to let you know, anybody in here now, that I'm gonna just wait it out a little bit to give people some time to come in. There's not gonna be a long live or nothing like that. I'm gonna get straight to the point with it because I got a quick little message, a quick little insight about what it is going on. But I'm gonna check in with y'all soon. I'm gonna let some people get up in here. Bear with me though. Be straight. Here, we about 2 minutes in. Shout out to everybody that's in here watching. Now, welcome to Star Enlightenment channel as always. This video, the title of the video, we're gonna be talking about heavy worlds, right? Heavy worlds, and I also like to call them heavy waters. So when we talk about heavy worlds, what am I talking about? Well, as you could tell by the title, understanding, and also by my previous videos too is what I really meant to say, but also by understanding that there's, when you look at ascending, like we in the third dimension, right? We alive, right? And a lot of people when they pass on, a lot of people when they die, they might pass on and go into another realm of reality or ascend, or a lot of people gonna reincarnate. When we look at now this one is deep, right? Because I'm right to the point with this one. When you look at the concept of ascending, you gotta understand that there's two different directions you can ascend. There's two different directions you can ascend, and they're both considered ascending. You can ascend, and I said this before. When we talk about taking a higher dimensional vessel or ascending, you can ascend in the lighter portion of the astral realm, or you can ascend in the heavier portion of the astral realm. Don't look at it as good or bad. Just look at it as energy signatures and spectrums. Just like how you have hertz. Where do you think we get hertz and vibrations from? When we got hertz, and the higher the hertz you go, it's like beep, and so high pitch to the point of fade out, you can hear it. And the same thing on the lower spectrum. You can get so deep, doom, doom, to the point where it fade out and you can't hear it. This is the same way it's playing out as energy spectrums. But it's not about being good or bad. It's just energy spectrums, right? But understanding this, right? This is why sometimes you have dreams the same way how you can ascend in the lighter portion, you can ascend in the heavier portion. It's the same way on Earth. Like even in the astral realm, when you still on Earth, when you in your dreams, there's a lighter portion of the Earth in your dreams, and there's a heavier portion of the Earth in your dreams. The one that's heavier be the ones that play out like nightmares, like just energetically, without even getting into any form of spookism or ghosts, because that's a lot of times what that realm deals with too. Like shit that scare you because you're in like a more demonic realm in a sense. We want to have these concepts like chill, a lot of these dark spaces if they didn't exist though. Anyway, but before we even get into that, this is how you know when you be in it, when you be in your dreams, right? And which one you in. A lot of times when you have those dreams where it's like heavy emotions, you know what I mean? It's like heavy emotions or heavy impact for you saying something scary. Whether say it's a bug, a spider you don't like, or even from a low level like that to a higher level, like you actually being chased by a ghost or a demon or some monster shit that scare you out, or just anything that's emotionally impactful. Period, like really heavy depressing or just heavy impacting, good or bad. If it's heavy, you know you in heavy waters. So heavier waters that lets you know you're in the heavier side of the astral realm. And the astral realm is a part of Earth. Don't get it effed up. You're just in the physical part, the third dimensional part of it. But when you die and you go beyond the veil, if you still down here, there's a behind the veil part of this third dimension, what we call Earth now too. And like I said before, you got the heavy version of it, you got the lighter version of it. You in the heavier version too, also by the hue. This is another one I realized. It's very important, very serious. I realized, you in the heavier portion of the Earth realm and astral realm when you sleep, when it has like you ever been underwater before, and you know how when you underwater it looks like darker, not about it being black, but it's darker in hue. The light that's hitting you underwater is darker in hue, like when you look under the beach or in the river or something like that. Then when you reach up to the surface and you come up out of it, it's like when you come up out of it, the sun real bright and shit. It's like you in the airs, it's lighter. But then when you deep in the water, it's like the very little bit of light that they do get probably be the only spectrum of light that they get into them that's probably bright. But really in their world, it's like them. It's like hard to explain, but it's like if you got your phone and you dim down the phone a little bit, right? And it's like it's not as bright as it was before. It's kind of like dim. That's how you know. A lot of y'all be having those dreams too. Like you may not be consciously thinking about it because you're in your subconscious when you sleep. But a lot of times when you have those dreams like that, and it's like the hue is like a little bit dimmed, and it's almost like you, it's like like I said, I don't want to say darker world, but it can play like that. But it's like a dimmer world. It's like it's not as bright. You see what I'm saying? It's other dreams, or it's not as bright as the world we in now. That's how you know you're still down here on Earth, floating around in your dream, but you're in a situation. Shout out to Ann Team and Heather Kinser. Shout out y'all. Appreciate y'all. This how you know you still on Earth, but you in the heavier portion of it. You in the heavier version of the astral realm of Earth. Now you know what I'm saying, because also it's emotionally impactful. So that lets you know what happens when you get deeper in the water. The current gets stronger. You see what I'm saying? The pressure gets stronger. The waves, the current down there gets stronger. It's more pressure. You see what I'm saying? To the point where you go too deep in the physical water in the ocean, what happened? You'll implode. You don't have a vessel or a body that you created for yourself that can sustain that astral travel or that current or that world. You see what I'm saying? And that's how you know you're on the heavier side of the astral realm of Earth. Now you know you on the lighter side of the astral part of Earth when it's a dream that it's like it's not you could say vague, but it's not about it being vague. It's just it be a situation where it's lighter feelings, lighter thoughts. These aren't thoughts that are heavy. Sometimes it play out so subconscious that you may not even either you don't remember as much or you remember it, but it play out as like light. So it's not something that you emotionally got attached to or something that emotionally impacted you heavily. It's like you was free and light, just either in some type of peace, either if it was something positive or whatever. Don't even get lost in the negative and positive, just the vibratory state that you was in, period. It plays out like that, more peaceful, but just look at the energy. So if you, like I said, if it was like a lighter in reality, lighter and it could be lighter in hue too. Sometimes a lot of times it do play out as brighter when you're on the lighter spectrum of the astrum of Earth. It be brighter dreams. Like I said, it's like less dense. It's not as heavy. It's not as slow. Cause this how you know you be in the heavy waters of the astrum of Earth when like the dream real slow. This is a real big one. You can't really move that much. You can't really run. This all be slow shit. You in the heavier portion of the astral realm, and you still on Earth at that. But like I said, when you're in the lighter version of Earth, it play out less dense. The thoughts and feelings you have are less dense. It's not as much worry. You just going by state of being. It's not pulling you down, or it's not emotionally impacting you in a negative way or nothing like that. And the thoughts you have, like I said, is lighter, and the feelings. You might fly sometimes, you might float, but it's not too much heavy thought to it. Just being in a true space, a state of being. That's how you know that. Now, that's just if you dreaming and you sleeping, you in the astral side of Earth. There's worlds past that. Sometimes you could be in deeper into another realm of reality. You could be in a deeper part of the astral realm, but you could be in another world deeper. You can be in a lighter part of the astral realm when you go to sleep, but you might not be on Earth. You may be in the height in another world. You know what I'm saying? And these be the ones when you not on Earth and it's higher dimensional, hyperdimensional. You know you in this space because a lot of times a dream you either don't remember it or it play out as so vague that your brain don't be able to like make sense out of it. So when you come down here, you like I said, it play out as you don't even remember it because your brain is on the third dimensional and it can't pick up that high frequency that you was on. Or if you do remember it a little bit, it's very vague and it's light. It's very light, and it's less dense. So you only remember certain fractals, and it play out very vaguely. You see what I'm saying? That's how you know you in that world. Because when you die and go there, you'll be conscious of it just like you conscious here. I mean, it'll be a more moon-like subconscious, lighter in reality, because it's lighter thoughts and feelings and lighter emotions. but you'll still be in a situation where you're active in that world and you can perceive in that world. Unlike when you here now, you go to sleep, you only experience fractals of that energy, and a lot of times it's a blur. You might not be able to see it or make sense out of it or see the colors and the hue of it or the shape of it because it's higher dimensional, and you in another realm of reality, or you know what I'm saying, you in another space. Now, shout out to Heather Kenzer, shout out to Ann Team. That's pretty much it with that. It wasn't much to it. I wanted to get right to the point, but that's how it plays out. And when a person die, if they ascend, like I said, ascending is going into higher dimensions, right? So that's like if you go into the fourth dimension, the fifth dimension, the sixth dimension, etc. When the heavier part of the astral realm, like I keep saying, are going into the lighter part of the astral realm, like I keep saying. Now, the difference between the two is in the heavier worlds. Here's the thing: when you, if you don't ascend and you get caught in the heavier worlds, like say you finna reincarnate, you reincarnate because you're not on a path of ascending, and your spirit hasn't gotten big enough to take a higher vessel or a bigger vessel. You know what I'm saying? So if you in the heavier portion of the astral realm, but you're not big enough to pass on, so you got to reincarnate or you're attached down here, it'll play out more like a hell. Like you can always have your good days and stuff like that here and there, but it might play out more as a hell if you don't got yourself together a certain way. You see what I'm saying? Because you're in a space that kind of outweighs you so much. You see what I'm saying? And you're in an affecting affectful space. So, but if your spirit got big enough to take a fourth, fifth, and sixth dimensional vessel for real and really get born into it and not reincarnate, then say you are heavy and you got a whole bunch of this shit on your mind, but you're too big to take a 3D vessel. If you get big enough, you can take a fourth, fifth dimensional vessel. You have more intelligence, maybe not spiritually, but more of intelligence of this world and how to get your 1, 2, and how to maintain the physical. So it'll play out as you taking a bigger dimensional reality, and it plays out similar to here because this world is in the heavier part of reality. Period. I gotta understand. Um, but you'll take an even better body. Like you'll have more physical attributes. You'll have more ability to get these things done. You see what I'm saying? And you'll be stronger. Um, and you can live life on a much greater tone once you take higher dimensional vessels. But that's if you ascending. You know what I'm saying? If you go into fourth, fifth, sixth dimensional, hyper dimensional world.